Hello everyone, welcome to Code and Learn. So now that we have covered all 4 of the RPC calls, it's now time to cover interceptors. So gRPC interceptors are much like middlewares that you use with REST API calls or anywhere else. They can be divided into 2 categories. One is unary and the other one is stream interceptors. Interceptors provide a powerful mechanism to intercept and process gRPC calls. Much like middlewares, they are very useful for tasks like authentication, logging, monitoring, error handling, and data transformation without cluttering your service code. Interceptors basically wrap the gRPC handler. So when the call comes in, the call goes to the interceptor. Then you can use the interceptor to perform any kind of tasks you want, like request transformation, validation, etc. Then the interceptor will pass the call to next interceptor or the gRPC handler, which is very similar to what you see in REST API middleware. So request comes in, goes to the interceptor where it performs some task, and then it sends the request to the next interceptor or the gRPC handler if it's the last interceptor in the chain. As we have already covered, there are 4 different kind of RPC calls in gRPC. First is the unary RPC calls. Then we have server-side streams, followed by client-side stream. And the 4th one is the bidirectional stream. Similar to this, interceptors can be divided into 4 categories. That is server-side unary interceptor. Similar to that, we have client-side unary interceptor. Then we have server-side stream interceptor. And lastly, client-side stream interceptor. As the name suggests, server-side unary stream interceptor could be configured on the server side for unary calls. Similar to that, the client-side unary interceptor can be configured on the client side for unary calls only. The server-side stream interceptor and the client-side stream could only be configured for streaming RPCs. Now, how do you configure the interceptors? It is very simple. Here, when we create new gRPC server, we can configure interceptor via the server options. So we can just use the gRPC framework and provide gRPC.unary interceptor, which gives a gRPC server option, and then our own implementation. So as you can see, it is a function that accepts a contact, has access to request, server info, and then the handler, which we will use to pass on the call. It should return a response and an error. What we can do is, we should expect a response and an error if we call the handler. For handler, we need to pass the context. I can just say processed response error. So handler will just accept the context and the request. Theoretically, you can just return it like this, and that should work. So we have the interceptor here. Keep note that this is the unary interceptor, so it will only work for unary calls. So if I do here fmt, or let's do log.printf unary call made with, and for data, let's just use the information that we have here, or the info. Now let's start our server. Go run server main.go. That works fine. Now let's make a request from the client. Go run cmd client, and you can see we do have the message printed from the unary interceptor. That is, unary call was made with, we are getting a pointer. If I just add +v to get some info about the values that the pointer hold, we can see it is calling the unary method new service create. So we can also update it to log the time. So I can say here start time is equal to time dot. Now let's save the response and error from the handler itself, so that what we can do here is print the time here, log.printf time taken. Time, I can just do time since the start, and in the end we should return the response and the error if there's any. Now that's saved, let us restart our server. Let me clear the console, starting the server, run the client. And as you can see, we do get the time printed. The first call took some time because the server was warming up, but then it was pretty quick. Now here we only added one interceptor, which is fine for our case. But what if you want to add multiple unary interceptors? For that, you can have, instead of doing unary interceptor, we can do chain unary interceptor, which accepts multiple interceptors. So you can have multiple interceptors like this. I can just copy the signature from this interceptor. Let's do that and just paste it here. So this will be your second interceptor. We can just do return handler, passing in the context and the request. And here we can say log.printf or println second interceptor. Save it. Open the terminal, restart the server, and then make a call from the client. And as you can see, we are getting the second interceptor. So the second interceptor is being called first, followed by the first interceptor. Let me stop it and clear the console. Now we have covered the unary interceptor. We can do a similar thing for streaming interceptor. That is, we can do gRPC.change streaming interceptor or just streaming interceptor. If you're using multiple interceptors, then you can use chain. Otherwise, for our case, I can just use stream interceptor. Similar to what we did earlier, we can return the response from the handler. We need to pass in the serve and the stream, which we call here SS, so SS. And that's it. Again, we can just do log println server side streaming interceptor. That's it. With that saved, let's try again. Go run server, and in the next terminal, let's clear this, run the client code. So go run client main.go. And if we go back to the server side, we will see server side streaming interceptor was called. So that's it for the server side interceptors. Just to revise, interceptor gives you a lot of flexibility to work with the incoming request before being passed on to the handler. Similar to the server side, we can also have client side interceptors. So wherever we are initializing the client, that is with the new client here, as you can see, it has dial options similar to the server options. So for dial option, we can use gRPC with chain streaming or unary interceptor. So much like server side, gRPC framework provides us the functionality to implement these interceptors. Instead of calling the handler, we need to call the invoker. So invoker, pass in the context, method, request, reply, CC, that is the client connection, and options if there are any. And that's it. So that's the way on the client side that you can implement the interceptors. With chain unary interceptor, this is very similar to the client side. So with chain unary interceptor, with stream unary interceptor, or just unary interceptor if you only want to add one interceptor. I'm just going to use stream interceptor. This needs to be added as a second option. So with chain streaming interceptor, which accept a function, return streamer or call to a streamer, pass in the context, description, CC, which is the client connection method, and options if there are any. Just need to remove this comma, and that's it. So we have both the unary and the streaming interceptor on the client side as well. I'm just going to add a print statement or log statement. Unary interceptor called. Let me just copy this statement and add it here. Just modify it to say stream interceptor. Now our code is saved. Let's go back to our terminal and try it out. Clear the console and run the code on the client side. And as you can see, stream interceptor call, stream interceptor call. Before that, we have the unary interceptor call from the client side. So that's basically it for interceptors. Just to revise, interceptor gives you a way to perform different operations on the incoming request before it's a handler on the server side and on the client side to process the request before it's sent to the server. So operations like authentication, authorization, logging, metrics, error handling, rate limiting, circuit breaking, etc. can be implemented using the interceptors. In the next lesson, we will see how to use interceptors to validate requests both on the client side before sending it to the server and before being passed on to the handler on the server side. So we won't have to do what we are manually doing right now in the gRPC server, that is validating everything manually. We can do it with the interceptor and a proto-validate package. That's it for the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please post a comment under the video or reach out to our Discord server. Until next time, happy coding.